once you figure out how to talk in an attractive way, not only are you going to get more girls, but you're also going to do better in job interviews. People are going to respect you more. So this is probably a video worth watching until the end. So there's 5 different things I'm going to teach you in this video. 5 different mistakes that make guys sound creepy around girls, around everybody actually. And then I'm going to teach you how to do the opposite to attract more women. So number 1, we've found that in a Harvard study that I believe only 7% of communication is the words that you actually say. The other 97% is how you say it. It's eye contact, it's body language, everything else. And remember that people don't remember the actual words that you say, they remember how you make them feel. And we all know that the key to a girl's heart is how you make them feel. It's not logical, right? They don't have logical brains like men. So like I said, I'm going to teach you 5 different ways to get better in this regard. And number 1 is deeper voice. I mean, there's a lot of studies on this that girls are more attracted to guys who have a deeper voice. And this might be because it shows they have more testosterone, more dominance, I don't know, something like that. But you can have a deeper voice probably, and without completely faking your voice or without putting a strain on your throat. It's completely possible. And I found that with a lot of my clients, what they're doing wrong that makes them sound high-pitched and nasally is they're just breathing completely wrong, okay? They're not breathing down through their diaphragm into the bottom of their lungs, letting their stomach expand. They're just breathing up into the top of their chest, or they're just talking with their throat. You need to stop talking with your throat. You need to let air come all the way from the bottom of your lungs. You need to let your stomach expand when you breathe. And this is going to help you have such a deeper voice that's more sexually attractive to women. Now, I've also heard that working out your neck makes your voice deeper. And in my experience, I haven't actually measured this for myself, but I've been working out for 2 years now. I've been working out my lat all over here. And I think I have found that it has deepened my voice. So I would give that a try, and then combine that with breathing correctly. You should have a much deeper voice. Now, number 2, this is a huge mistake that makes guys seem creepy, especially when they're first approaching a girl at a bar, at a park, anywhere, or say they're on a first, second, or third date and the guy is nervous, and that is speaking too fast. Speaking too fast, it shows nervousness, it shows you're in a rush, you're anxious, you're worried about the environment. On the other hand, if you're able to pause for emphasis, if you're able to slow down your actual sentences and then place pauses in between, it shows that you're not anxious at all. You're comfortable in your environment, you're confident. And now also, because you're calm and you're confident, you're chilling out this girl, and she's more relaxed and receptive to you. So this is huge. Next time you go up to a girl, I want you to completely slow down your speech. Now, if you think you're talking too slow, I want you to slow it down even more, because you're probably not even talking slow enough. And this is huge. Number 3 is guys, when they're talking to girls, or just their voice in general anywhere, is they tend to sound monotone. And we all know what that sounds like, right? I'm talking with a monotone voice, I'm completely depressed, I'm so sad. That's kind of what it sounds like, right? There's no emotion, there's no emphasis, you kind of just sound depressed. And I remember I was 19 and working in a sales company, and every single morning at this sales company, we would do sales pitch practice. So we would pitch in front of everybody and they would give us our tips. And constantly they were telling me I had a robotic voice, I sounded creepy, I sounded weird. And so I started putting more emotion into it. I started putting more emphasis into it. And I saw my results completely change when it came to making sales. So I swear by this is completely true, not only with women, but with sales, job interviews, anywhere you go. You need to show emotion. You need to actually have a soul. Show that you're a human being, that you're trustworthy, because people can sense the emotion. You don't want to sound like, American Psycho sociopath, where you're emotionless. That turns girls off because they're going to think that you're crazy. Now, if you're not able to show any emotion, you might, one, have autism, or two or three, you might be depressed or lacking some sort of dopamine. And in that case, you need to chill off the fucking TikTok, you need to chill off all the dopamine habits you're doing so that you can get your dopamine from the real world. You can have more emotion again, not be walking around like a zombie. You need to get off the SSRIs, buddy, or else you're not going to be able to show emotion. And that's another huge, these are all huge. Oh yeah, and for number 3, I recommend that you watch some comedy movies and take note of how people express themselves in the movies using their voice. I don't recommend you watch Batman. I don't recommend you watch old Western films where they're playing like a stoic, like emotionless character. It doesn't really work for seduction in the real world. So watch some comedy movies just like you're watching film back in football practice, and take note of how they use their voice to convey emotion. And then practice. I know it can be embarrassing, but hopefully you have your own place where you can be alone and you can practice, talking. You can practice stressing different syllables, putting emphasis on certain words, so that when you're in the field, it's natural to you. You can completely change your voice. You can evolve. You don't have to stay the same. You're not faking it because you're getting better. You're just learning how to use your musical instrument. Like people play a violin and it makes you feel some type of way. Your voice can make women feel moist. So number 4 is you need to smile, cheese, and you need to use facial emotions. Once again, this is pretty big when you're first approaching a girl, or really at any time. But when you're smiling, you're showing that you're friendly. You're showing that you're not some creepy ass motherfucker. Not only does it build trust with women, but it shows that you're confident. If you're able to show off your smile, it shows that you're a happy guy. You're not afraid to express yourself and be happy. And women don't want to be around, angry, pissed off people. They want to be around guys who are confident, guys who are happy to be themselves. And also, when you're smiling, it changes the way that your voice sounds. So it shows happiness through your voice and also visually. And express yourself with more facial emotions. That way you don't seem like a zombie, just like the last one. So number 5 is to use body gestures. And at first you might mess this up, because what you want to do is you want to be more slow and more open with your body gestures. But when you're talking, it helps you convey emotion. It helps you build trust because your gestures are matching up with your words. And trust is huge for women subconsciously. So use body gestures that aren't too quick, because if you're too quick, you're gonna seem nervous, just like with your voice or with your eye movements. Use open body gestures, and this is also something you might want to practice in the mirror. So that's 5 things that you should do that will absolutely make you sound more attractive. And if you practice this, if you're able to slow down and be present in the field, having this in mind, it's gonna change your results with how you're able to attract, higher quality women. I 100% have seen that with my clients. So just to review: deeper voice, slow down the cadence of your speech, show emotion, don't be so monotone. And number 4 is smile. And 5, use body gestures. If you're I know that's a lot to get to at once, but maybe just start working on the depth of your voice, then add the slowdown, then adding emotion. It's going to be hard for you to practice all this at once, but slowly you'll get there. You're going to start to see different outcomes with when you start approaching women, if you're even approaching women at all, but that's another video. Now, if you want more higher level seduction techniques, if you want more higher level kind of flirting techniques and mindset, then click the link in the description and then join the community. There's going to be live calls. We have a whole community with guys to show each other support.